Potato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Sentimental Trickster Soichiro's route. Previously we played board game with Soichiro. It was super fun. We were Tink and Soichiro was Megalodon, a troll, and Tink's a fairy, and Tink got all the HP, had a giant hammer and golden armor somehow, and the troll had clerical skills and all this holy power, and we got stuck with the siren, but together we defeated the siren and won the game together, basically. And then turns out Reiko wants to move in, and we're kind of just talking to Soichiro out on the porch, and it seems like he doesn't want to move in with her, but you know, he'll probably agree to it, but we're trying to talk him out of doing such things. And that's pretty much where we left off. Let's continue. And it all happens because you allow it. Soichiro stares at me, his eyes wide, and his hands are still clutching the phone. But at least he's fully awake now. You're kind, Soichiro. And I to really value you for that, but you can be too kind for your own good. Your first class, the one about body language, you said that sometimes we have to do something that terrifies us, or our life won't ever change. It really resonated with me. I left home because things got complicated, but I thought that maybe if I tried harder, even I could change, become stronger and braver, finally start liking myself. I am glad you feel that way, Haru. I don't know what happened before with your family, but if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. I'll always listen. Yeah, I know, because you care about me, and I care about you. This is why I'm saying this. Right now, saying no to someone probably feels like the end of the world. But if you practice, you'll get better at it. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should start refusing everyone, only when it feels like too much to handle. Or to make it easy, every time someone wants something, ask yourself, what would Megalodon do? I'm afraid if I go down that road, I'll start carrying a crucifix around, and then everyone will just stop talking to me altogether. Then we just won't carry a crucifix around, Soichiro. Or you could and just say it's a new fashion statement. It's fine, you teach at an art school. People will understand. That's probably true. But hey, silver lining, no more favors. Soichiro laughs, but there's a tinge of sadness in it. You're right, Haru. I'm hopeless. I've been like this since I can remember. I suppose I have been afraid that if I didn't do something for someone, that person might be hurt because of me. They might resent me. That thought has been unbearable. If only Soichiro had told me about his wife, I could ask him whether this has something to do with her death. You can't make everyone like you. Sometimes we hurt people, and people definitely hurt us a lot. That's life. A face flashes in my mind. It smiles down at me, but its eyes remain cold, mocking me. I push it away, focusing on the words I want to say. Is making everyone happy more important than your own happiness? To me, it's not. Yeah, how can you make people happy if you're continuously just miserable and unhappy? You're right. I'll try. I give it my best shot. I'll give it my best shot. I promise. Thank you, Haru. Sorry for the long speech, but I'm glad I said it. I want you to be happy. I know. So, I'll start with something small. And if it goes well, then maybe it'll probably take a while. But maybe I'll be able to move on to bigger things. And yeah, it's a process. And it'll be hard at first. But don't give up. I'll be here, cheering you on. I'm glad you're here, Haru. Also, it seems that Jin's route is like the shortest route. I don't really know if that's really true because I don't know how long it takes me to play other routes. I only really know when I'm playing it and I can see how long each of the episodes are. But Jin's was finished in like 15 episodes. Like the last episode was just me fast forwarding a bunch of stuff until I got the happy ending. But I think this is already past his, and I fast forwarded a lot of the starting stuff. So, interesting thought. Or maybe Soichiro's route's just longer than all the other routes. Me too. Soichiro's phone rings, making us both jump. Answer your phone. I keep my phone on vibrate for a reason, because phone ringing annoys me. He looks at it, then at me. He opens his mouth, then closes it. It's fine. Take it. I'll be waiting in your room. Alright. It won't take long. Thank you. My goodness. Ash's from the letter was okay because it was really stupid, but even that after a while got annoying. I don't need mind reading skills to know who it is. I wait for about 5 minutes. When Soichiro comes in, he avoids my eyes. Let me guess. You have to go. I'm sorry. It sounds urgent. I will be back soon. I hope. No worries. Bye, Haru. Yeah, bye. He closes the door and I'm left alone with my thoughts. He doesn't have to feel sorry for choosing his girlfriend over me. It's perfectly normal. And it's not like we were in the middle of that conversation. I said what I wanted to say. He listened. It's all good. Unless he wanted to stay with me instead. I shake my head, banishing the thought. It won't do me any good to think we're more than we are. You're right about that. It doesn't. You only torture yourself when you do that. And being good friends should be enough. Has to be. I might not even have that when I return his wife's diary. But I will return it today. I'll look at one of the cabinets. The photo frame is still there. Soichiro's wife. I wonder if she has if she was beautiful as Reiko? Leave it be, flip the frame. I feel like if we leave it be, we're going to miss an opportunity. If we flip the frame, we'll probably get in trouble. But I feel like this is more interesting to look at the picture. I know curiosity killed the cat. That's okay. They got 9 lives. Hi, I'm Haru. My hobbies include reading, watching movies, and invading my landlord's privacy. I stand up and approach the frame, slowly, like I'm trying to get close to a dangerous animal. I flip it up. I see a much younger Soichiro. He's standing close to the camera, smiling. His usual smile, but there's something alien about him. I can't put my finger on it. He has his arm around a woman. Her eyes and hair are similar to Reiko's, but other than that, they have nothing in common. The woman doesn't have a speck of makeup on her face, and she's wearing a t-shirt. With a square jaw and broad shoulders, she's more handsome than pretty. They both have wedding rings on their fingers. I put the frame down. I'm in the middle of rehearsing my return the diary speech when I hear the front door open. I whip my head towards the door and feel my pulse quicken. Soichiro, I'll see him again soon. I finish and exhale a couple of times. I finish and exhale. Wow, brain. Way to read sentences. I inhale and exhale a couple of times, trying to ignore my heart. It's beating fast because I'm going to return the diary. There's no other reason. And then I hear a female voice. I jump to my feet. Shit. I won't make it. They're almost at the door. If that woman finds me here, she'll give us hell again. I dart my head left and right. There. I dash to the only place I can hide in. So I'm in the closet again. Ha ha ha. Aha. Well, I don't think he's come out of the closet yet. To his housemates. I leave it open a crack, just in case. Maybe I'll get a chance to escape. After a second or two, the door creaks. I hear 2 sets of footsteps, one heavy and the other soft, almost inaudible. I'll arrange everything tomorrow then. Tomorrow? Isn't that a bit too soon? I mean, it'll be a lot of work and I know how busy you are. True, fortunately I have a very reliable boyfriend who'll help me with everything, including packing my things. Of course, whatever you need, but... Perfect! But you told me only yesterday. I feel we're, rushing things. Maybe it would be better if we, thought about it some more. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you don't want me to move in. No, well, it's a big step, and, we both need to consider the pros and cons. Pro? You'll have really nice products in your house. Con? Well, there's so many. It means Reiko will be living with you. I think that's the main con there. Cons, for example, I can't think of anything right now, but because there are none, trust me, it'll be wonderful. They come into view now. Soichiro stops and turns to Reiko. His body's so tense that every movement seems like a struggle. It'd be nice if he could turn into Megalodon and tell her what he really thinks, but it's not so easy as to say no in real life, especially if your girlfriend is the one asking. Reiko leans against the sofa and crosses her arms. Of course, you'll have to settle things with your tenants. I am not sure what you mean. Honey, you're 40 and you live with your students. It's unhealthy. Especially when it comes to Haru. Haru? Why? I think he has developed a sort of fascination towards you. It was like fixation. I'm afraid that if it continues, he'll get hurt. He'll hope for something you can't give him. It's better if he realizes it's impossible sooner than later. I don't understand. For crying out loud, that kid is in love with you. How dare she say that to him? That's our job to accidentally say to him when we have our first drink around him. Okay? You know, that's the plan. Get really drunk. You know, maybe we're playing board games. And then we get drunk and we're just like, I love you. That's how we do it. You don't get to tell him. That's just still an awful way to confess. I stop breathing. I feel cold. All the blood has frozen in my veins. No. I think you're mistaken. I haven't noticed anything. Well, you rarely do, and he probably hides it pretty well. Unfortunately for him, I'm an excellent observer, and I've had plenty of opportunities to watch you two. Haru, he told me that you two don't get along. Of course he'd think that. I'm your girlfriend. He doesn't like me because he's jealous. Are you absolutely sure you're not seeing something that's not there just because you don't like Haru? Soichiro's tone turns serious. Reiko straightens up and narrows her eyes, then takes a few steps towards him. Why are you defending that weird kid? Weird? Why would you say that? I've never heard you talk this way about any of your other students. Because I like my students, but he's different. I think there's something wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with Haru. He says it immediately. his voice hard. It's the first time I've heard him like this. Rika blinks, and for a second, she stands completely still. She is shooketh, and her lips curl in a slow, sexy smile. She closes the distance between them, her hips swaying in time with her step. So scary. I was just joking. You really like him, don't you? Of course I do. He's my student and a dear friend. Do you like him more than me? This is like the questions of like the most insecure person. It's like if your mom or me falls into the water, who are you going to save? It's sort of that kind of childish question. She says it in a low, silky whisper. She's so close now, they're almost touching. His eyes widen for a moment. He shakes his head, avoiding her gaze. You know it's not like that. You and Haru are different. Why don't you show me how different? She runs a finger over his jaw and tilts his head up. He looks at her for what seems like an eternity. Then he bends down and kisses her. Oh, poor Haru. I don't avert my eyes. I need to see this. I need to finally stop hoping that maybe, just maybe, he'll return my feelings. He's in a relationship, and when they're alone, they don't sip tea and talk about the weather. They have sex. Like they're about to do right now. Reiko puts her hands... I mean, they could also sip tea and talk about the weather, Haru. It's not like they're 24/7. Reiko puts her hands around Soichiro's neck and pulls him closer. He's still kissing her, but now his hands are resting on her hips. Take me to the bedroom. Oh, so this is not his bedroom. Got it. Her voice is rough and demanding. He hesitates only for a second. He lifts her up. They disappear. I sit there for a while, listening to my heartbeat. It's an angry, dull sound. I need to get out of here. I scramble to my feet and open the closet. I do my best not to make a sound. I tiptoe to the door, trying to block everything that comes out from the bedroom. When I'm outside, I lean against the wall. Just breathe. In and out. My throat feels dry, so I go to the kitchen and get myself a glass of water. I look at the glass in my hand. It's still full. How long have I been standing here? I need to get out of this house. I don't remember how I get to the other side of the forest. I notice I have a small cuts all over my hands. I must have been careless when I was walking through. I sit on the bench and lean my head back, listening to the evening sounds. Sounds like morning sounds, but okay. Up until now, I thought I had a crush on Soichiro. A crush that would sooner or later go away. It's funny how sometimes you realize you love someone only after you've truly seen how hopeless it is. when you know you never stood a chance. Not that any sane person wouldn't see it coming. It's just me who's stupid. This is what you get when you mistake kindness for love. Soichiro said there was nothing wrong with me. He defended me because he's a decent guy. And if I confess to him, he'll probably still be a decent guy. First, he'll thank me. Then, with a couple of carefully chosen words, he'll tell me it will never work. That is what friends do, and he's been a great one. I laugh, but it turns into a sob. I shake my head and try not to blink. The only thing that could make me more pathetic right now is crying on a park bench. I move, ready to leave, and feel a familiar shape in my back pocket. Oh, that's right. I had it with me all this time. I was going to return it. I hold the diary in front of me, glaring at it. There's a river nearby. Throw it into the water. Don't throw it in the water. Why would we throw it into the water? What would that get us? We can't do that to him. That's just mean. Don't throw it into the water. I feel horrible for even thinking about it. No matter how bad my day is, I don't get to throw away what may be the only connection left between Soichiro and his wife. Still, misery likes company, so I can't help myself. I open the diary. Dear Diary, I look at the last entry and feel like crying. It seems like I last wrote years ago, and so much has changed. I can't believe how optimistic I was, how stupid. I thought I could fix him. I thought it'd be easy, like changing a light bulb. Stupid, stupid. I thought anything was possible if you truly loved someone. Like life was a fucking Hollywood movie. He did warn me, but I was deaf and blind. Love conquers all. I used to have so much energy. Now, most days I just feel empty. Needless to say, I stopped initiating things. He still tries to do it from time to time, and I hate him for it. I know he does it out of obligation or pity. He doesn't want me. He never did. I look in the mirror and see how ugly and powerless I am. Maybe if he'd married someone else, things would be different. Maybe there's something wrong with me. And the worst part is, I still love him so much that it's tearing me apart. I think he loves me too, but not the way I need him to. Dear Diary, I messed up at work again. Somehow, tasks that take minutes to finish now take an hour. I can't seem to focus on anything. I keep forgetting things I do, write them down, but then I forget I wrote them in the first place. Not that I enjoy my work anyway. I think I used to, but lately, every day feels the same. No matter where I am or who I am with, I just don't care that much. Should I quit? But what will he say if I tell him I want to? Well, we'll see what the rest of the diary says in the next episode. And Tanuka, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.